Chatter that matters. Is Hot Toys giving up? Let's chat about it. Alright guys, let's get right into it and chat about the 1/6 scale Hot Toys DeLorean from Back to the Future 2. You know, the 2.0 reissue, hover version, whatever you want to call it. That's been released, and fellow collectors are getting them out in the community, and let me tell you, it does not look good for Hot Toys. This has been a travesty from what we're seeing from some of the photos that people are sharing, and it's really sad and unfortunate because when Hot Toys showed the blogger photos of this DeLorean, the community was excited. So many people ordered it because it looked great. Unfortunately, now that people are getting them in hand, it is a different story. Fellow collectors sharing photos of the piece coming in damaged, poor paint apps, inconsistent lighting functions on the DeLorean, and a weak base that fellow collectors do not seem to be confident will withstand the weight of the DeLorean over time. Now, the major issue that we're seeing is with the hover conversion. People are ejecting the tire from the vehicle and, of course, converting it. And while doing so, the materials are so cheap, they're cracking, stress marks are seen. Or even worse, when people eject the tires, the piece is already coming in cracked, the axle. And it's really devastating because Hot Toys chose the path of rushing the product as opposed to putting heart and dedication into that DeLorean and giving fellow collectors what they deserve. They could have easily incorporated some die cast into that axle in order to strengthen that part. Instead, they chose to cheap out, rush a product, and this is a perfect example as to Hot Toys displaying their greed. They're not passionate about this hobby. They don't care about collectors. This is ridiculous. We got the DeLorean, the first version, and, it was good, but that was years ago. Years ago. This is a copy and paste of that DeLorean, except now they're adding the hover conversion aspect to it, and they are not able to execute on that with the technology that we have nowadays. Where's the improvement? It is disgraceful. Hot Toys, are they giving up? From the looks of this, yes, it looks like they are giving up. They have competition from either side, and it doesn't look like they really care. Why is that? Because people keep buying their product. And I'm going to continue down that. I'm going to continue down that path. But I want to mention, when I said competition on either side, you have InArt producing some great product. Not perfect, but great product and a major improvement from what we're seeing from Hot Toys. And on the other end, a company coming out of the woodwork, Mars Toys, with their latest release of the prank villain, which is the Cesar Romero Joker in 6 scale form. Outstanding figure, well priced, 3 beautiful portraits. They knocked that out of the park. So with competition from either side of Hot Toys, why are we getting this poor quality final product from them? It doesn't make sense and gives me the sense that they don't care and want to just give up. But then you bring the collectors into it, and this is where it's really heartbreaking. People get passionate about the product. They're given a half-assed product, but they still stay satisfied with it. I've been hearing some collectors in the community, and this is heartbreaking. This is devastating, especially to a collector. To hear this, it's devastating. I've been hearing collectors say, well, it's coming undamaged. Yes, it's unfortunate, but you have the option to display it outside of the hover mode, just as a regular vehicle. Are you out of your mind to say that? I don't even understand how you can come on a live stream or on a social media platform and go ahead and make a statement that you can display this DeLorean outside of the hover mode and just display it as the vehicle. Comments like that boil my blood. We're paying $800 plus for this, okay? On the cheap side, depending if you're international or so forth. That's what we're paying for this. For the hover conversion, Because if I wanted the DeLorean to stay stagnant and not in the hover version, then I would have the version, the first version, right? It's not needed. We didn't need a reissue. The main selling feature of this was that hover conversion. And you're telling me, well, yeah, it's coming damaged, but just display it as the regular DeLorean? That is ridiculous. And that's exactly the wrong message that we're sending to this community. And that's why Hot Toys is mass producing this DeLorean with issues, and they don't care. This isn't the first product with issues. They don't care because people are saying, you know what? Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's okay. I'm going to still drop my money on the product. That is so wrong on so many counts. The wrong message to send to, number one, new collectors coming into this community. Any collector, doesn't matter whether you're new or a veteran collector. That is the wrong message to send. If we keep on sending messages like that, Hot Toys are never going to do anything. You have to vote with your wallets here. Hot Toys has to make this right. This isn't a little flimsy figure. We're talking about a 6-scale vehicle that we're dropping a lot of money on. And if you think this DeLorean is bad, how about the 89 Batmobile reissue that they're doing? How about that? Are they going to do any upgrades to that? Of course not. So vote with your wallets. My piece of advice to you, if you're an international buyer, okay? If you're an international buyer, for example, I'm in Canada, cancel this order. Number one, companies like Sideshow should be giving you your NRD back when there is a mass issue the way they're having. It's not one or two. This is a mass issue. Your NRD should be given back if you want to cancel. Number one. Number two, if you're an international buyer like myself in Canada who's looking to buy this, I would cancel this like now. And I would not receive it. Because if it crosses the border, you're going to get stuck with the custom fees. Yes, Sideshow gives you a 30-day window to return if there's damages or you're not satisfied. But in that case, you don't get your customs fees back from Sideshow. You have to go through a whole reporting process that I'm actually going through right now because I bought a statue like that came damaged and I had to return it. I've been dealing with this for 6 months already. You have to mail in paperwork requesting for the refund. It is horrible. And then you got to mail in proof that you sent the item back it's a mess. So if I was you, I'd protect myself and go ahead and cancel the order. Wait till everything gets on board. Let's see how Hot Toys and Sideshow react to this issue because they know this is a major issue. Let's see if they have any recalls or what their course of action is going to be. And then at that point, continue to make the purchase if you're satisfied and believe in the product. Now, don't get me wrong. There are collectors who've received this and are satisfied with it. But you have to remember, you could be satisfied with it today. But down the line, we know it's made with weak materials. You may face the issue down the line, whether it be 3 weeks from now, 3 months from now, a year from now. Is that a risk you want to take? When I first heard this story, the first product that came to mind was the 6-scale Ironmonger that Hot Toys did. You can't find an Ironmonger right now without the cracks. They had a problem with the hips and the inside of the leg where the hips would crack. You can't find one without those cracks. And that's exactly what is happening here. For me, guys, I know this was an exciting purchase. The words coming out of my mouth may sting a little bit, but you really have to stand up to these companies or else we are not going to have any change. I love to see these companies like Mars Toys stepping up to the plate and delivering fantastic product. You would think that would give Hot Toys a run for their money, but I'm telling you, they do not care because they continue to give us these half-ass products. The Hot Toys we knew once before that put love into the figures, that put care, dedication into the product, that Hot Toys is gone. That Hot Toys is gone, which is why I said at the beginning, is Hot Toys giving up? I know I'm giving up on Hot Toys for the foreseeable future, which is heartbreaking because that's the company that I really started my collecting journey with. And it's devastating because I have so many good memories collecting their product, but in the state of the world that we're in right now, with the economy and just life in general, to drop 800 plus on a product and then that product be received and not up to par, it's unacceptable and just can't happen, in my opinion. Sorry that this was a little bit of a negative one, but I really do hope that Hot Toys, sits down, reevaluates their business plan, and changes what they're doing, because this is unacceptable for collectors. Collecting is supposed to be fun, exciting. You've waited so long to receive this DeLorean. You open it up and get it damaged. It's devastating, and is a turnoff in this hobby. So I hope Hot Toys makes it right. I'm sorry I went on a little bit of a rant. We're going to continue this conversation on Tuesday's episode of Collecting Weekly. I'll be sure to link it down in the description below. I also want, because we mentioned the Mars Toys Joker, I'm going to link Juan Big Bretta, great channel over there. He did his unboxing video of the prank villain. I'm going to link that as well because it is beautiful. That's one I would have jumped on if I had the opportunity to. So we'll see. And my final words is going to be to those collectors who just, sugarcoat the collecting. And I don't know if it's for clicks or for likes or what it's for. But when I start hearing comments that are like brushing issues under the rug, that's where I come out of my woodwork and I start saying, hey, this is not right. To say keep the DeLorean in the normal version without hovering, meanwhile that's the selling feature of the product, it absolutely boggles my mind. But we'll put a pin in it here, guys. Tune in tomorrow night. I'll lose it a little bit more on the Collecting Weekly channel. It's been great. All the best. And I'm going to leave you with what I always say, my catchphrase. Always remember, happy collecting, but most importantly, collect responsibly. All the best. Until